Hello everyone, just going to do a quick Uumuu guide. First thing I want to mention is learn the arena. I think it'll go a long way to understand where all the platforms are, where you're safe falling, where you're safe dashing off. There's certain sweet spots, like if you dash at a certain angle, you'll always land on a platform. That'll always land you there. If you dash off the wall, just understanding where these platforms are will really help. Really help. I'm going to discuss the attacks in a bit, but there's basically two attacks. They're both electric. I guess if Uumuu hits you, because she moves at you at a weird rate, so that I guess that's an attack as well, like a charge. But for the actual electricity attacks, there's the static one, which is probably a bit confusing because electric is static and they're both electric. But when I say static, I mean it's something that is static in place. It doesn't move, it doesn't chase you, and there's also the chasing attack. There's certain aspects of the arena that I would certainly always be aware of. I've lost a run, for example, to stuff like this. You get a hard fall. You can't move for however long after you get that kind of landing. And if for whatever reason that happens, I don't know, you're panicking, you drop too high, you get that. Hope you don't get the chasing attack, because if you get the chasing attack, it's going to spawn on this platform and you're going to take a hit because you don't have time to move, yada yada yada, end of the run. But alternatively, you'll get the other attack, which is the static attack. That's fine. These spots are safe. You are very safe in these spots. This is where you want to be when that attack is happening. So I just want to emphasize the height thing because I don't know where it is exactly. So you might want to fiddle around, but it's small stuff like that I think can go a long way, and just considering that kind of thing, it can just save errors later on. You know, you don't want to be here on a good pace and then lose to that. It's pretty annoying. It's happened to me. So yeah, the attacks, the chasing one will chase you around the arena. For that, sorry, ignore that open door, that won't be there. For that, you just want to skip around, avoid an Uumuu, just move until the attack stops. For the static one, you want to be on these platforms at the bottom. Next thing I want to say is the opening of the fight. Let's just say we've just come in, drop down, drop here. This spawns in Uumuu. Uumuu comes up. We'll come into the center. At this point, I would always dream nail. So it'll ping in at the center. You charge the dream nail, hit. That then pushes Uumuu back. So I will do a little quick fight to show you this, but it'll push Uumuu back. And what I would then do is jump vertically. The reason for this is Uumuu will always chase you to the position that you were. I mean, maybe I'm saying this poorly, I'm describing it badly, but it's always going to chase. And essentially that chase, by jumping up like that, you're changing how Uumuu's going to be coming after you. So rather than it being here and chasing you, it's going to be up. It's going to be on its way up here. So essentially after this nail, jump, I'd always drop to this platform. By doing this, you have full control and a time at which you can drop off into the safe zone. So what I'd always do is, you get used to the timing on this. There's no real tell, but audio cues are quite important in this. So as soon as Uumuu starts doing the attack, I would just walk off this. And with that walk off, it gives you enough time to see if you're being chased by the chasing attack, or if it's a static attack, you stay there. As soon as that attack is done, for example, if it's a static attack, I then move to the other side like this, and I stand on this platform, I jump up. So wherever Uumuu is in the arena, rather than it coming at like a diagonal angle towards me on the platform, it starts heading towards this point. So you basically, the idea is you're keeping this platform clear, because you are going to be moving across this platform quite a lot. And you don't want any extra obstructions in the shape of Uumuu. So the next thing I want to touch on is how the attacks work. I briefly mentioned the static and the chasing, but a very key thing to remember is that Uumuu won't do the same attack more than twice. So for example, if you get 2 static attacks in a row where you're on the safe spot, the third following attack will always be a chase. So be ready for that. Just be aware of that. It's always something to consider. But with that said, the attacks will alternate until they hit a double. So essentially, if you get chase static, you could either get a static or a chase. If you get static chase, you could then get a static or a chase following that. So the only way you know what the outcome's going to be is if you get 2 of the same. The same applies for any of the attacks. 2 in a row, the next attack's going to be different. So before you get the first Quirrell entry and you get the first chance to attack, there is a chance she can do 4 attacks. So always be ready. And I've got a fantastic nugget of information here. So if Uumuu is moving between attacks, she'll move towards your position every time. We've established that, and that's the reason why I like to do the vertical jump stuff. To essentially kite her around the arena. The thing to remember here is when she's approaching, the speed at which she approaches is a telltale sign on if she's going to do an attack or if Quirrell's going to turn up and save the day. So if she's moving fast, I will show this in a fight in a moment, but if she's moving at you fast, it means another attack is coming. Another attack. So if you're on 3 attacks, expect a 4th. If she's moving very slow towards your position, that means Quirrell is on his way and you're going to get an opportunity to attack. After the first Quirrell interaction, once again, it's going to be the same attacks that are coming. Usually, it's going to be 2 attacks, Quirrell turns up again. But there is a chance you'll get a 3rd attack. Same logic applies in that if you get 2 attacks of the same type, the next one is going to be a different attack. So always be ready for that. Alright, I'm going to do a quick run through of the fight. I'm going to talk as best I can through this. So, when we land on the bottom platform, they're going to spawn in. It doesn't matter if you don't have full soul, as you can see in the top left, because you get it straight back with the nail hit. This will always trigger the fight. Always open with that. There's the vertical jump. As you can see, she started moving to that point. So now we know she's high up in the arena. Jump again. As you can see, she's gone up. Static, so you drop to the platform. We come over here. Jump. That was a bit of a wasted jump, really, because she was already pretty close. And now we just wait for Quirrell. Because as you can see, she was moving quite slow there. So now Quirrell comes. Bad spot, really, because just an awkward angle. But the same applies. Like, even if you mess up a cycle, the same applies. It doesn't really matter. See, she's moving slow. That means Quirrell's coming. Jump up there slightly just to kite her up. That could have been a bit spicy because I would normally do this quicker. Even if she'd done chase there, we would have had room to move underneath. Her little fingers aren't going to hit you. The fingers? I guess they're not fingers. Whatever those tentacles are, I guess they're tentacles. She's not going to hit you. So even if she's in this area, which is kind of not where you want it, just because you might put yourself in a bad position or angle a bad jump, dash into her, that kind of thing. But that comes with practice. But as a proof of concept, I just wanted to show that, for me personally, I'll do it again, it's more about the opener. To be honest, like, the opener was the thing that always felt like more of a coin toss. Whereas you're mitigating that risk. Up she goes. Did she go up? I don't think she did that time, but that's fine. She's going to come up at an angle. Yeah, drop down. Static, we're fine. Move over here. Quirrell's coming because she's moving slow. So even though she's here, we've still got loads of room. So now you can manipulate her up here. Static again. Chances are, yeah, moving very slow as you can see. Oh, okay. We're not doing it this cycle. That's fine though. In she comes lightning fast. That's the telltale that Quirrell is coming or he's not coming. Kite her up here if you want. It's all about thinking where she's going to be and where you want her to be. Another chase one. You will just get used to it as well, so she's slowed right down. Quirrell's on his way. With this build, you just want to spam soul. Neutral jumping, so she'll kite up a little bit. She's going to come down here quite quickly. Just want to show that the difference in speed, really. And then Quirrell's going to come. Okay, we're not going to get her. So jump up to get her up there a little bit. Another chase one. She's going to come towards you here. On that platform again. It's another chase one. You're essentially moving, using the drop of the knight as a buffer, I want to say. Like a buffer to react, to respond. Because those attacks are pretty awkward. Whole point is, kite her up. Gives you all this room downstairs. Yes, let's call it downstairs. Kite up again. It's another chasey. Kite her up. Another chase. And she's going to slow down. She'll still probably hit you here because, as I say, for this first bit, she moves really far. Phase 2. Kite her up a little bit. Static. She's over to the right so we can still maintain this area. Another static. Look at what she's doing. She's moving pretty quick, so she's going to do another one. Yeah. And because there was 2 statics there, it meant the third one was always going to be a different attack. And here she comes. And that's proof that she doesn't move as much after that Quirrell pop. Quirrell pop, should we call it that? Why not? You'll get used to the timing of the nail. Like, it's not that tight. It's not that specific. She's moving up, drop down. It's a chase one. Kite her up, drop down. It's another chase. So the next attack is going to be a static. Kite her up, drop down. And we might as well stand on here because we know it's going to be static. How is she moving? She's moving slow, so Quirrell is on his way. We still got another spell there, but I didn't use it, so kite her up. Another static. We've got all this room on the left-hand side, so use that. Movement. Chances are she's going to start moving slow, which means we're going to... Oh no, she's going to do a third attack. Static. See, this is good that we're seeing the third attack. She's moving slow. Dead? Not quite. Kite her up. Drop down. Static. We've got all this room on the left-hand side. Kite her up a little bit. It's movement. I think the static one spawns in quicker than the movement. Can we kill? Yeah. And that's it. Good luck on your runs, people. If you're not doing a run and you just want to look at a way of dealing with Uumuu, this hopefully helps as well. I'll put some links in the description below of other guides that I find really good. Guides for Uumuu, a guide on the route. If you have any questions, pop it in the comments. If there's anything that you want us to go over again or something you feel I've not really mentioned, ask. I'll do my best to go over it. Come find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/AntAskew. I'll hopefully see you there. See you later.